As always, before we perform a service, safety is a key feature for us, a culture here, and it's something we take very seriously. So before you start to perform the service, make sure that we wear gloves so we don't get any chemical irritations on our skin. We also want to make sure that we have eye protection for any debris that may fly up and get in your eye. Also, under the hood of a running engine, we want to make sure that we don't have any loose clothing, jewelry, anything that could get tangled up into the fan blades and draw you in for potential harm. So if we could keep that top of mind, we could perform these services safely, effectively, as often as possible. Thank you.
Here at Wynn's, we are excited to introduce our new Enviropurge 2 cleaning tool for gasoline engines. Key features and benefits: 18-ounce clear reservoir for product visibility, works off shop air, adjustable pressure regulator, works through throttle body or fuel rail, adapter kit and throttle body tool sold separately.
Welcome. Today we're going to perform a service with the Wynn's Enviropurge 2 fuel cleaning tool. But before we start the service, I want to go over some key features to this. The fiberglass reservoir allows you to see what level the product is inside the reservoir. Our filler cap has a bleeder on the top so we can relieve any pressure before we remove the filler cap. Your air chuck where you can connect your shop air supply hose. Pressure regulator so we can adjust the pressure to equal the vehicle's fuel pressure that we're doing the service on. Pressure gauge so we can monitor and see where our pressure is at. And our fuel control on and off valve is here. Our service hose. And on this particular service, we're actually going to do an in-rail fuel injection cleaning. So what you're going to need is you're going to need to get the Wynn's Enviropurge adapter kit in order to pull the correct adapter for the vehicle, like the ones that I have here for service today. So at this point, before we start the service, we need to locate where we can disable the fuel pump. I have already found that in the fuse box under the hood. We found it, we've located the fuel pump relay, so I have removed the relay, and so the fuel pump is not working, so the vehicle cannot start now. And that does two things. That allows us to run the engine off of our product so we clean the fuel injectors, and at the same time it doesn't allow fuel to be pumped out and into the engine compartment where we could potentially create a fire. So what we're going to do now is locate your fuel rail, and then you should have a supply hose right to the fuel rail. If you try to start the engine once you've removed the fuel pump relay, you should relieve most of the pressure in that line. There still may be some residual pressure, so just be careful removing this from the fuel rail so you don't get sprayed with fuel. And we've done that, so we're going to remove. We're going to attach the adapter that I've already located. And then I like to put a block off in there so we don't have any residual fuel coming out. At this point, we're going to go ahead and attach our tool to our adapter. So at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to get product into our reservoir, make sure our control valve's off, make sure our pressure release valve has no pressure, and now we're going to remove the filler cap and pour the product into the reservoir. And we're pouring our product in. Going to reinstall the filler cap. I am going to apply shop air. Now, before you can go any farther, you're going to need to determine what is the fuel pressure for the particular vehicle you're working on. So through your electronic means, catalogs, or whatever that you have to determine that, you're going to want to equal the pressure on the gauge to equal the fuel pressure of the vehicle. This vehicle is about 37 psi. Okay, 37 psi. Now we're going to open the control valve, verify we have no leaks. Now we're ready to start the vehicle and let the service perform. All right, so now that we got the vehicle started, we want to let it run at idle, and you can see where you're at in the service through the clear reservoir. The vehicle is going to sit here and idle to all of the contents is empty out of the reservoir. Then we'll be able to finish the service, get the vehicle back in normal condition, and be able to give it for a test drive. All right, so once the vehicle stalls, we know we've used all of the product in the reservoir. So at this point, we just need to get the vehicle back to normal condition. So at this point, what we want to do is take the pressure regulator, turn it counterclockwise. We still have pressure. So what we're going to do now is we want to depressurize the tool with our pressure relief valve on top, and you can see the pressure dropping. Then we want to close the control valve. Now we're ready to disconnect the tool and get the fuel rail back to normal. All right, we're going to reinstall our fuel pump relay, put the fuse box cover back on it. The fuel line is connected to the fuel rail. You're able to go take it for a quick test drive. And that's the complete in-rail service with the Enviropurge 2 fuel cleaning tool. If you have any other questions, please refer them to your Wynn sales rep or your distributor. There'll be printed material with this as a job aid to assist you in anything. And as always, thank you and have a great day.
Contact your local distributor to test out this new effective tool for yourself, or reach us through our website at Wynns USA for more information. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Wynns USA and Wynns Racing for helpful training tips and to stay current with Wynns Racing information.